Pam Green.
Okay.
Okay.
I was working at Penny's, and because my husband had gotten laid off and he was doing odd jobs, and we had Christopher was 5, and Stacy was almost 2. She was a year and a half when I came in. And so my mom asked me, she said, Pam, and I said, what do you need, Mom? And she said, Linda needs somebody. She had a Tupperware party and she needs one more dating so she can get her big gift. And I said, well, what do you want me to do? She goes, she wants you to have a party. And I said, well, I'll tell you what, I'm working a lot of hours. I have 2 little kids. I said, the only night I have open is this coming Tuesday night. Now, this was probably on Thursday. I said, I can have it Tuesday night if whoever is going to put the party on can bring me books and tell me, and say that she can do it that night. So she said, she got back to Linda, and Linda, was supposed to contact this lady and say, well, she did contact her and told her that she had both her dates. And so I waited and I waited and I waited, and Monday night came and I had not gotten any books. I had a whole bunch of people coming to my party, and I had no person to put my party on. And so I called somebody I knew that I had had parties before when we were in Ohio. And I said, Dee, I said, I have a problem. I said, I dated this party and now I have all these people coming and I have no consultant. I said, are you still doing Tupperware? And she said, yes, I am. I said, are you free tomorrow night? She goes, yes, I am. I said, well, I need you to come to my house and I need you to do this party. And she said, okay, I will be there. So the night of the party, I had some people, and by the way, I was working in Penny's in the shoe department. So that meant that was back in the days when we had to try the shoes on them, and you never knew if you were going to get somebody with really bad smelling feet or what. It was pretty yucky. And I really was not happy with that job. And so anyway, I'm standing there talking to 3 of the people that I work with out there. And they had come early to the party to help me. And I'm standing there and I said, you know what? I said, I think I'm going to sell Tupperware. I said, they must really need people. I said, I dated a party with this lady and she never even bothered to bring me books. She never called me. She didn't do anything. I had to call somebody else. I said, I think they need me. And I said, I think I'm going to sell. And they went, oh, that's a great idea, Pam. Why don't we all do it together? And I thought, oh, okay. I did not know I was recruiting people. Okay. I thought we were just going to do it together. And I had no idea what we were going to do, but I figured we could do it. So, so Dee told me, she goes, I'm going to have my manager come by. She's been out of town. And her dad was sick and she's been in Florida, but she is coming back in 2 days. I'm going to have her come by and talk to you. And then I'm going to tell my, they were called distributors back in the day, that you're going to come to new consultant class. And I said, that's fine. I said, just let me know when it is and I'll work around it. And so her name was Pam also, which was kind of funny. Her name was Pam Forden Smith. And so Pam pulled up in this little blue car, and I can't even to this day tell you what kind of car that was. But I said, oh, I really like that little blue car. How did you get that? And she said, well, I can tell you how I got it. And it was a Tupperware car, but it doesn't, like Tupperware cars now have Tupperware all over them. But that car just was a little blue car. And so she said, you go to new consultant class and Sharon will tell you how to get that. And I said, all right. So I went to class and I'm sitting there. And of course, they always say, well, why did you come into Tupperware? So I told them that I came in because I must have been, they must have thought I was really conceited. I said, I came in because I thought they needed me. And so that's a good thing to think, because they do need all of us. Okay. We all need people. So everybody needs to think they need me and I'm going to come in and do it. So anyways, and I said, I want to ask you a question. Pam drove up in this little blue car and she told me to ask you how to get one of those. And of course, oh man, bing, 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 bing. Sharon said, oh, I can tell you how to do that. And she said, you already have 3 recruits. And I said, yeah, I do have, well, is that what they call them, recruits? We're just going to sell together. And she goes, yeah, you have 3 recruits. And I believe that was back, I can't even remember, it's been so many years ago. I think we recruited 5. 2 of them stayed with the person that was your manager, and the other 3 went with you. I believe that's how it was.
It
That's a
is.
long time ago. And so she told me about it and everything. So then I went to do my very first party, and I was so excited that I was going to go do this parties. And I took I think I must have had, it might have been a blue suitcase. I don't know if that's what they had back then. I just know I had a blue suitcase at one time, and I had all my Tupperware in there and my hostess special and all that. And so I went to this girl's house, and I couldn't tell you to this day what her name was. She was my very first party. And I went to her house and I said, I'm here. We're going to do your party. We're going to play games. We're going to do all this stuff. And there was one other person there. And and so I sat down and I did my little demo, and we played some games with 2 of us, her and the other person. And I was so excited. I want to tell you something. When you are doing your parties, whether you're new or you've been in for 25 years or 30 or 2 days or whatever, be excited when you're at parties, because when you're excited, they get excited, and then they want to do it too. Because this girl that was sitting there said, I want to come in. I said, well, I think I'll find out how to do that, but yeah, you can come in too. I said, those new people. Now here I am, brand new. I don't even know what I'm talking about. And so lo and behold, I found out that that was Sharon Flannery's sister, who was the business leader, and I recruited her. So anyway, she came in. And so anyway, so that's kind of how I started. That was a long time ago. I was able to quit my job at Penny's right away because I found I was making money. Stacy was getting ready to turn 2, so she went to preschool. She was already potty trained. She went to preschool for a couple hours in the morning. Mike worked second shift too, and so Chris was in kindergarten. I would go do a party, because I could go and do a party and be back to pick her up, or he would pick her up, and it just worked out really well. And then through the years, with what we made, I became a manager like really fast. I was probably in Tupperware 2 weeks, and they drugged me to Michigan to what we used to call was the sessions. And I walked in, and all these people were up there doing the chicken dance and hollering and singing, I love the Tupperware song. And I thought, oh my gosh, what have I done? I'm here in this rooming with these people I don't know. And these people are doing the chicken dance and singing the Tupperware songs. And so we don't do that as much anymore, but maybe we should, because people were really excited back in the day. But anyway, and they're still excited now. But anyway, so I went back, and within probably, I had at that point then I had 4 recruits, and I don't even know who my 5th recruit was, but I got recruited and I got promoted to manager within probably 4 to 5 weeks after I came into Tupperware. And I still didn't know what I was doing, but I tell you what, I didn't get a little blue car, but I got a little white car. And the day we were promoted, we used to get cars. Like that day, you would get a car. And I can't even tell you what kind of car it was, because I've had so many cars during Tupperware. And so, we had so many different programs, and I was a really big recruiter back in the day. We used to have these little pins, and every time we recruited somebody, we would get a stone in the pin. And I have a bunch of those up in my drawer right now. But I mean, it was kind of funny, because I came in just to help somebody get a gift, but then I thought they needed me. So I decided to say, oh, and I'm still here.
Oh, you're not stuck. It's wonderful to have you.
So, but anyway,
Wonderful.
you know what? It's been a great business. We were able to, my kids, Brittany, Stacy and Christopher, they both danced. Chris was in the Ohio Buckeye Choir. He was 14 years old and went to Europe on money that, I made doing Tupperware. Stacy took dancing in Columbus, danced almost every night, went to nationals, did all kinds of stuff. Brittany ice skated. Ice skating is not cheap. And I was able to play for that. And then they all went to college.
Yeah.
all my Tupperware money that I made. You
Yeah.
know, Mike's money was separate for bills. My money was for extras. And it's worked out really good. So, but you know what? I've been in, like I said, probably 43 years. It would probably been 43 years in March.
Mhm.
And I love it. I would never do anything else. And I'm
Oh,
still,
my goodness.
so
Thank
that's
you
kind of
so
my
much.
story.
Yes.
I
So
mean, it's
tell
kind
us.
of different. Most people
Yeah.
don't come in thinking that, well, they need me.
Yeah. No, I
That's how
love it.
I
And
felt.
we
Well,
do
they
need
must be
you.
people, you know, and
Yeah.
it's been really good. And will tell you what, my son, every one of my kids has done a Tupperware party, even when they were young. Stacy would go with me and she would help me set up, and she's, you know, I mean, she did parties when she wasn't old enough to do parties. I mean, you know, Christopher, that helped him go to Europe. He was 14. And so we would take him. I told Sharon, I said, he's got to make money. Can I just give him some of my parties and he can go do them? She says, yeah, go ahead. You're not gonna. And he did. And so he, you know, it helped, you know, it helped a lot. And then of course, Brittany came along, and Brittany's been raised in Tupperware. You know, she, from the day one, she was in Tupperware. She was the only baby back in the day that was allowed. I was a manager, and I've been clear up to VIP manager. We don't have that anymore. It's kind of like what would you say that
A
is?
VIP was 10,000. So it's
Yeah,
almost.
well, it was 10,000, but I was selling $20,000 and $25,000 every month.
Yeah.
Well, I was
Yeah.
diamond. Yeah, I was
Diamond, double diamond, platinum. I
diamond.
remember all those titles.
So,
Yeah.
and you know, it was just like I had a VIP car. I have done a lot of stuff.
Well, we're so
So,
proud of you, and I love your legacy that you share with us. Thank you so much. I'm getting all these texts. She's so cute. She is so cute. All right. We
I look
really,
a mess right now.
no, we really enjoy you. Thank you so much.
Just
for
got back
the-
on vacation with my
Yeah.
grandkids and
Yay.
another mother-in-law, not my mother-in-law, Brittany's mother-in-law, and my daughter and her husband. They went on to Gatlinburg. I came home. I have a big.
Because why? She has some big shows this weekend, right?
Yeah, this weekend, the next weekend, 3 weeks in a row, I have 3-day shows, big ones.
Yay.
So
Three-day big shows. She is committed, and you know, her success is there because she has made the decision to make it work. And it's not like you've never had some bad days or bad months, right, Pam?
no, we all have them. We have our ups and our downs, and when we have our downs, we just have to get up and keep going.
Keep
And that's what
going.
I've decided to do. I'm getting up and I'm going to keep going.
Oh, yay. That's
So,
wonderful news.
So,
We love you. Thank you so much for sharing your story. And there's people on here that are going to be inspired by the fact that you shared that. And I know I saw even some of them excited to hear that you put your kids through all those different programs and then sent them to college. And, you know, they always look and think, oh, it's just Pam, me did all that. No, lots of us have done that.
we
So
did it. You know,
yes.
we did it, you know, and it was well worth, you know.
Yeah.
I was making good money. And it was fun.
I
So,
hear your
yeah.
husband in the background there a little bit. Thank you
So-
so much for all your years of support, because that makes a big difference. It does really help. So thank him for us. Okay.
I will. And he's
Yeah.
held parties too.
Yay.
Back a long time ago, not so much now. I
Yeah.
might have 10 parties in 1 week, and I would say, hey, you got to go do a party, honey. He would go, oh, okay. And my hostesses would call me the next day and they would say, we knew when your husband stood there and did this, that he was stuck. I said, just help him. I mean, I gave him cheat sheets, but he did fine. He was fine.
Yeah, I'm sure he was great. Thank you again. Let's give a big hand, everybody. Go ahead and clap in your house.